Pollard, the Sungsburthian giant, stood beside Sadira, a common position he had taken up recently. He nodded his agreement to the only man bigger than himself in all of Zephyr. Me ship's tougher than old Blowhard's firestorm. Weathered it up in the bay a few weeks back, did she not? Jerrymander will show old windbags who's tough. Omar, the bandy-legged helmsman, crossed his colossal forearms atop an ample belly.
Ha!
Pollard slapped Omar on the back.
Show Helidin what a nice addition to the reef she makes, more like.
Bah! Omar's bushy brows knit together. He hucked and spat into a flowering bush across the cobblestoned path. Captain Thor shot Omar a disgusted look and turned his attention back to Alhina. If we are caught in the harbour, I'm afraid Pollard has a right of it. Yet if we take to open water, we'll be of little use to the Chamber Mistress's forces. What does Chamber Mistress Arzachel think? Alhina chewed his lower lip. That is a good question. She is still brooding over her part in the Chamber's corruption. She is finding it hard to accept responsibility for the role she played in its deception.
That dizzy cow!
Sadira jumped to her feet.
While she sits there feeling sorry for herself, the devil himself marches over the wall. Once his army is south of the mountains, the rest of the kingdom will fall. The safest place in Zephyr will be the Taupin Marsh.
No, lassie. I ain't be going there again. They got big, biting bugs. Alhina glanced from Sadira to Omar. He couldn't help smiling at the way they carried on. Neither one had a filter, and he had no wish to ever change them. He let his white eyes fall on Thor. While Sadira's feelings may be a bit rough regarding the Chamber Mistress, she has the crux of the matter. We cannot afford to sit here and let her leading come at us. We must act before it is too late. Well, all is, if you know a better way to prevent the inevitable, Captain Thor said.
I say we march up Redfire Path and meet the demon army head-on,
Pollard declared, clutching the hilt of his sword.
It'll take more than a trident-bearing devil to cut me down.
Alhina forced a smile. Good old Pollard. Brave until the moment his heart stops beating. Perhaps not the deepest thinker, though.
Aye, Pollard. That course may soon be the only road left to us. I do not doubt that between you and Omar, you will take down half the demon horde. Unfortunately, that leaves the other half, not to mention the Kratic host Helidin commands. No, we must find another way.
Strike the head off the serpent, I say.
That'll stop 'em good.
Omar grumbled and spat into the same bush.
Omar! Sorry, Captain. Gots me dander up and all.
Alhina started to speak, but the guarding gate squeaked, admitting a serious-looking Lorena, Rook, and Samuel Io, the deceased Vice-Chambermaster Solomon's twin brother. The first time he had laid eyes on Samuel, Alhina was taken aback. Had he not witnessed Solomon's body lying dead in the chamber complex, he wouldn't believe Samuel was not him. An increase in activity rose beyond the gate, the chinking of armored men marching along the cobblestone street. Samuel strode up to the bench, his face haggard. Sadira held out a hand to help Alhina stand in the presence of the Baron.
Gentlemen, Sadira, please, no formalities here. Alhina, sit.
Samuel motioned to the bench and assumed Sadira's spot next to Alhina. The Baron clutched Alhina's hands, peering deep into his eyes.
A scout has just come in bearing grave news. Helidin's forces will be on us by the morrow.